Hey guys, wouldn't you like to create a little bit of fall with a fun fold? This is Jamie with gettingcrafty.net, and we just moved to the Midwest where I am loving the fall seasons. Oh my gosh, the flowers, the leaves, everything's turning colors. It's gorgeous. Even my husband, who recently just joined us out here in Indiana, is in awe of the colors of all the trees. And I thought, why don't we just create a really beautiful celebration of the season with this stunning Forever Fern stamp set and a wonderful library fold handmade card. A little twist, an extra line, whatever it takes, a fun fold is a wonderful way to make a card stand out from the crowd. Kind of like all the color you're going to pack on here, embracing this gorgeous designer series paper and this card packed with color. Let's go ahead and create right now. I've got a fun technique just for you, this rock and roll that's going to give you a multicolored stamped image. Let's go ahead and dive in now. If you haven't, make sure you subscribe and hit that bell. We want to see you as we create all week long, making the world a more beautiful place, one handmade card at a time. Let's jump in. Grabbing one of my favorite stamp sets from our main catalog and idea book. Our Forever Fern stamp set is a distinctive inked stamp set. What that means is when you ink this up, it's going to create lots of color and variety, and you have to do absolutely nothing special. It does all the work for you. Yes. And so we had fun creating this with the same library fold two different ways. So you can see here how with a simple extra fold, your card will rise and stand out from the rest of them. And just like you see here, you can see how it opens just like so. Either way, these cards will stand and make your cards shine on somebody's counter or shelf or desk. Oh my. Now we're going to grab all of the colors of this season, just like this. And we've grabbed two of our leaves from the Forever Fern stamp set. So we grabbed this one here and this one here. You want a variety. So even this morning, as I was out taking my dogs to go use the side yard, all these measurements, by the way, will be on my blog. You can see the link in the description below with all the shopping lists as well. So I was admiring that the leaves are still just absolutely stunning, even in the middle of the morning. Like, you guys, I'm up way too early. It's one of our homeschool community days, and it's just a busy day for me. So I've taken a standard card, and we have this extra fold. All we're going to do is bend that back. Using your bone folder at a 90-degree angle, you're going to get yourself a little bit more pressure this way. It's a simple tool, and that little line will stay on the inside. I have a thing about those shiny lines showing, so we're going to embrace that. Now, we've got a piece of our basic white cardstock. It's our regular one for layering. Absolutely love this, and we're going to use our Stampin' Seal Plus. So I don't know what you're doing for fall, but we recently just had this weekend a great fall event where we shared meals with a bunch of friends in our homeschool community. Absolutely wonderful. One of our kiddos actually did a piñata on the 31st. I thought it was funny that piñatas are something I lived in California, if you guys didn't know. So piñatas were a staple at all parties. Let's just be legit. Okay, we're going to adhesive this down just like so. And then I want to remember to go back and give it a little extra rub-a-dub love. There you go. Now we're using the Bumblebee cardstock, and you can see the difference here where we use Cajun Craze, Mary Merlot, and this beautiful earth. We can see here where we use the Mary Merlot, Bumblebee, and the same designer series paper. These three colors go together so well. They scream fall for me. Again, in this link in the bio, you can see the full shopping list as well as the measurements. Very easy to do. Now, this is our Cajun Craze. We're going to go ahead and using the Stampin' Seal. Oops, I got it off track. Leave it to me. There you go. This one runs very smoothly. There we go. I like to put my finger on the adhesive. I have a tendency to drop things, and I was in a pretty bad car accident that took some nerve damage. So this is the way I get around that. Now, people ask me often, how do I get a cardstock to go on straight? I line up the top edge. That's it. All I do is I want to make sure that this lines up. Now, this project here, ooh, we've got to trim this down a little bit. This project here, I want to make sure these pieces line up. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Then we're gonna go ahead and grab my paper trimmer. And we're gonna trim this one piece. You know, you can't be perfect. And the great thing is the Stampin' Up! Paper trimmer is like right there. So you can use it. It's light, it's easy. I'm not gonna get exhausted using it. My hand can shake a little bit sometimes. Let me tell you, it's not easy getting older. I was laughing because I'm the older mom on the homeschool campus. And it's kind of funny. My friend Nikki and I were discussing that very thing, being the more mature mom. Who knew that that would be our season, you know? But like any good season, it's full of color and beauty. Now, this is a designer series paper that's beautiful on both sides. Can we just say, oh my goodness. And it's hard for me to pick. So when you look at these, you can see I used the whiter background there, and you can see I used the darker background. These were met with applause. People love the color combination. You could combine the two. I like a more cohesive look personally. I'm a little A-type on certain things. And because we are going to be stamping around it, I think I'm going to go with the darker colored background using the Stampin' Seal. Again, the Stampin' Seal Plus is designed for 3D projects, but I like it on my cards. Reason being is the mail can take a beating. We recently just sent projects to my team for Diva Day. That's an award ceremony they do every year for those that have promoted. And we sent them a lot of gifts, and sadly, one of the gifts got broken for the girls. But luckily, with priority mail, it's all insured. Thank goodness. Because I was devastated to see that. Now, we're going to, so we have our basic white cardstock to be stamping with. We have the Forever Fern images you can see there. And we're going to grab the greeting that's exactly from the stamp sets. You can do this. Why? Hello, we want to encourage people. Exactly. This is what we want to do. Send a handmade card, make somebody smile. Now, you can do it one of two ways. You can stamp it beforehand and then stamp around your greeting, or you can put it on a piece of basic white cardstock and rise that. I'm going to go this route. I like it. It reminds me of looking up through the trees, those gorgeous fall trees. Just, oh, they're so beautiful. I am so excited about this new season in our world. Let me just say. Now, we're going to be using the Bumblebee ink pad and the Cajun Craze ink pad. And I'm going to grab the You Can Do This and just tap it right into the darker Cajun Craze and place that as close to the center as possible. You want a Simply chamois with this. You want something you can stamp off while you are creating. So I like my Simply chamois, putting it in a clear case like that and stamp off. That's all. All you have to do is just stamp off and it's ready to go. It's a wonderful microfiber, you guys. It's like my favorite thing. I use it to clean. I use it to do a lot. Now we're going to set aside my card because I'm feeling like I'm a little crowded and I don't like to stamp when crowded. We're going to do a little rock and roll technique. So we're going to be stamping this in the Bumblebee. My daughter put adhesive on this, my younger one. I have to get it off. Don't judge my dirty block. And then I'm rolling it very lightly in the darker color. That's the Cajun Craze. Now, I do want to have a piece of scrap paper that goes underneath of this. Let me grab that really quickly. We're just gonna grab that paper that we love right here. Nobody's gonna notice us. And we're going to stamp, but we're not going to be done. There's still tons of ink on this. And I want to face the greeting. Stamp it down. It's going to be lighter each time you stamp it. And I'm going to go in a little bit on, actually towards the middle on this one. Give it a little bit firmer of a push. I want it to release as much of the ink as possible. Stamping it off on my Simply chamois. I've got a clean image to use. Now we're grabbing the other ferny image, this branch, again, stamping it in the Bumblebee, rolling the edges. You just want to get the edges. Can you see it? Even on the stamp, you can see the lighter with the colored variegated right there. And if you didn't notice with that distinctive stamp, look how it stamps with all the shadow built in. Absolutely gorgeous. And you can stamp over the leaves because they do that in nature. They like just frame each other. It's so fabulous. I'm going to come up. This gives me a nice focal point having the greeting there. I'm going to stamp off on this again, and I'm going to do this one. You can do it in just the one color. So you can come in here and go just like that. Beautiful, right? Not bad, but I like that rock and roll technique. Very easy to do. All you're doing is you're not pushing straight down. You're doing a little roll. It's elevated, so it's just the edges touching the side. We're gonna go in. Boom. Oh, it's so beautiful. Do you see the difference? Here's that in the bumblebee, and here's the bumblebee and the beautiful Cajun craze. Oh my gosh. It's a little crunchy, kind of like me. I like to laugh about that. You can't make everybody happy. You're not a taco, you know? But I am a little crunchy. I'm one of those moms that makes all my own elderberry and colloidal silver, and I'm one of those natural girls. My sister, my oldest sister, was a herbologist. When I was a kid, I learned a lot from her, and it was a big thing for me. Ooh, I see that things are falling all around here. Awesome. So we have our greeting. We have everything stamped. I want to add another layer, but I don't want to make this card any heavier than it already is. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the edge of this beautiful, is that not gorgeous, you guys? So beautiful. We're going to take it right into the edge of the Cajun craze and do a little pull. Don't go crazy. And believe it or not, it leaves a distinct, strong line. Just a little solid pull here. And when we had a class recently, the ladies were commenting how they were getting inky fingers. And you can, that's what you do, but our ink is water-based, so it's easy to take off. It's not going to damage your hands or your surface. And again, I use that Simply Chamois when it's on my surface or my hands, and I use it to clean myself. It's kind of weird. It's such a good microfiber, like really intense, strong one, but it doesn't like destroy your surface of your anything. It doesn't dry my hands out. I love it. So we are using our Stampin' Dimensional Adhesive. Why? Well, we really want this to rise. If everything was just one layer, one layer, one layer, that's fine, but you kind of want this to rise. Oh, you can see where some of the ink got on there. I'll show you how I grab that Simply Chamois and we use it to clean really quickly, because I don't want this to transfer to my bumblebee. So what do? I grab this little Simply Chamois and I fold it. Now we clean this every couple of days here. And even if I've got some kind of adhesive, this thing like gets it off, you guys. So freaking awesome. And I'm not worried about the surface of my wood table if I were to be using this on a wood table. But it picks up all that ink and it doesn't deteriorate. I love this. I also love, don't get me wrong, I love me some Norwex microfibers, but this chamois, oh, it's so great. Now, that little line creates a nice little frame for this without any extra weight. Again, I'm lining it to the top right here. All of the measurements and the shopping list are down below. You can link it very easily, but wait. Now, y'all, my grandma, she taught me that every woman should wear lots of color, enjoy her lipstick, and have a dash of metal. And I love our brushed metallic adhesive backed dots. These are so pretty. Now, does it need it? No, but I love it on there. You can see it here, but it's not here. Does it take away if you don't have it? Not at all. But I think it does add just the perfect flair. And I love our Take Your Pick tool. You guys, this is like the best tool. I love Stampin' Up. We research all of our tools. You want this little gummy end. When you get it and you need to squeeze up, it's a very patient thing. You give it a little squeeze, just tiny, and it comes up very slowly, and you kind of tap it down. Then we're gonna grab your adhesive backed dots. Here, I see I kind of knocked it last night when I was messing. And I'm going to grab the bigger dots and put it here. Look at this beautiful brushed colorful accent. Picks up the colors in here. I think it celebrates fall like perfectly. Ooh, I think that's a little schmutzy. Okay. And I do a little pushing technique with my Take Your Pick tool. I want to make sure it's on there nice and firm. I see it's a little unbalanced. I'm going to move it and then give it a push down. Give it a little push. That's all you got to do. And we're going to do this over here a little. And I'm not doing it in the same color. Well, maybe I am. I'm going to go backwards here a little bit. And look at that copper dot. Oh, I love that copper dot. It's just a little bit too dark for rose gold, maybe. It's perfect. And boom. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. But if you'd like to take it up a notch, just say you do. Those leaves are awful sparkly. Grab the Wink of Stella, and I'm not going to do a ton. So you can do a little squeeze and just kind of go down the center of your project. You don't want to do every leaf. This is a glycerin-based liquid glitter. It's fabulous. It lasts for ages, you guys, but it will transfer the color and kind of blend it. So you want to be careful and paint up just to add a little wink. You guys, we shouldn't be winking like we're in some bad movie. The 70s are over. So we're going to, no matter what fashion sense people are trying to do, just a little wink will do ya. What was that? A little dab will do ya. Do you remember that? There you go. And I'm a child who grew up watching television. Ooh, wait, but we are not done, girls. Look at this. We have an inside that's easy to decorate. What I want to do, there's all those dots there in the front. I don't want to mess that. I want to create a soft little rock and roll on the inside. But I've already cleaned my stamps. Let me show you what I'm going to do. Oopsie. I got that ink on the back. Where did my Simply Chamois go? My hero of the day. Hey, hey. Just clean it off. It picks it right up. Look at that, you guys. Boom. Done. And my kids like to clean this in the sink. That's our favorite method, but you can put it in the dishwasher or the laundry machine, depending. I would not personally put it in the laundry machine between you and I. We're going to stamp it in the bumblebee. We're going to rock it in the Cajun craze, and we're going to make a beautiful stamped image on the back of your card. When's the last time you did that? I don't know. Or your envelope. Let's just be legit. And then we're going to come up, stamp it soft. It's variegated, all the little details with the lines inside of that. And then we have an envelope sitting right here. Of course we do. We're going to go up and continue to stamp off just like that. It's like a little greeting, and it doesn't matter that it's softer. It's actually a little bit more beautiful that way, in my opinion. And this is perfect. You can write your address right over this, or put your address on that back flap, and you can send it on your merry way. Now we have 3 differences here. So you can open your library fold any way you want. So just place this here. As you can see, this is a elongated fold, just like that. And then we have the fold, and that's what this one is as well, with a raised greeting, elongated. And this one here opens on the top. Changes the vibe of your card completely. Not that it takes it away. I just think it adds a little something, something to it. I don't know what color that you prefer, but I love all of these. And I would love your opinion on what you think is your favorite. Are you a person who likes lots of dark color? Maybe the yellow bumblebee just kind of brightens your day. It sure does mine. If you haven't already, subscribe and hit that button and join us as we make cards all week long. And I teach you lots of little techniques that make your projects a lot easier to create. Thanks for joining me. See these upcoming videos. Oh my goodness, you want to create with us. These little techniques, we have them all lined up for you. And you can see again the links to shop and to actually grab all of these items, including the measurements, in the description below. I'll thank you for joining me. Have a great day. Happy blessings. Bye.